Stewart Media and Entertainment presents the Two Live Stews Experience. We back, shawty! This right here, this ain't your ordinary-ish.
Two Live Stews Experience, Ryan Stewart, Doug Stewart, baby, we back. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yes, we are back. It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you, but them folks sat us down forcefully. What up to the Qs?
Do not let anyone confuse you. The Two Live Stews started this shit. The Two Live Stews Experience, shawty. If you're not stewing, what the hell are you doing? We got to get that music to play in, to keep playing in. I was throwing up the hooks.
What up, though, man? How you
What's
feeling
up, man?
today, sir?
I'm fantastic, sir. How about you?
Beautiful February 26th, right at, a little bit after 8 o'clock. Sorry we're late, man. It's the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, and this is the Two Live Stews Experience on a beautiful Monday. I don't know how it was in Atlanta this weekend. Well, actually, I do know how it was in Atlanta today. We'll get into that a little bit later, but it was beautiful in Columbus here today. It really was.
Okay. Yeah. So you said we were a couple minutes late. I didn't know we were late. I thought we were right on time.
No, just a tad bit late, about 5 minutes tardy, but that's my fault because I'm rushing from the soccer field. My bad, man.
How's the soccer thing going? There we go. That's too much. How's the soccer thing going?
It's going to be real good, man. Morgan's going to be a beast. She is a mini Messi.
Pele. Say Pele.
Well, she's a mini Pele. Even though I think Messi's probably the best to ever do it. I'm not itching on Pele.
But just say Pele is better than.
I understand.
I mean, that's an opinion thing, and we always want to root for the brother.
Well, and people still say that to this day. I just didn't see Pele play that much. All I saw was a few clips.
I barely remember
the games
Pele
from Messi.
Right.
Yeah. How was your day, man? How was your weekend?
It was fine. It was fantastic. Didn't do a lot. The Honey Graham was in town. One of my LBs, Henry Graham.
What a Henry Graham? Honey Graham?
Yeah. And so Friday and Saturday, we went cigar bar hopping. I think personally, and I don't know, maybe you've been more places than me. I think personally, man, there's not a better city for cigar bars than Atlanta.
Tampa's pretty good.
Huh?
Tampa's pretty good.
But we got like 10. We got like 10 of them.
Yeah.
So Friday night, we went to Fellowship.
Okay.
Which is Cam Newton's spot.
Shouts out to the homie Cam Newton. We're going to talk about him in a little while.
Speaking of which, we're going to talk about him here in a second.
Right.
But Cam's cigar bar, for people not from Atlanta, they put a lot of money in that. That thing is super, super nice and like elegant and TVs and art.
The ventilation is decent.
The ventilation is great. You don't smell like Smokey the Bear when you leave there.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
And the food is good.
I've never really eaten any food there.
Okay. No, the
I
food
don't
is
think
good. The food is good too.
Yeah, okay. And then Saturday night, picked them up again, and we went out to Stanley's. And Stanley's was called something else back in the day, but I can't even remember what it's called now, but it's Stanley's right now.
Okay.
And the brother, what's his name? He's a bruh. Charles Coleman.
Okay.
Charles Coleman and his sister, Monica Coleman, they own that spot. And, they show the bros a lot of love, obviously, because he's the bros and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So it was a pretty cool weekend. Cigar bars is our thing. It used to be what were we known for? What was Atlanta known for?
Strip clubs.
Right. And we may still be known for strip clubs, but
that game is still top level in the country when it comes to shoe shows. There's nothing like Atlanta.
But we are ready to compete with anybody as far as cigar bars.
Yeah,
Studio Cigar.
Yep.
What's the one in Buckhead? There's a lot of them. Exceer out there in Marietta.
Roger still got his. Is he still a part of that cigar bar?
I think so.
Okay.
That Studio Cigar down there, like in Fairburn or College Park or something like that.
There's a lot of them. There's definitely a lot of them.
It was a pretty good weekend. Other than that, nothing much. Watch a little sports, relax, did a little studying for some other things I got going on.
And man, for the last 10 years, man, you studying every day, man. You studying more now than you did when you was in grade school, like old people would say.
So for some people, a lot of people that are watching the show, they know about these series exams that I'm taking for the financial services industry.
Okay.
And they hard as hell, man. And I always got one. I always got something I could be studying for to get the next license. Each license allows me to do different things in the financial world.
Allows you to make more paper, baby.
Right. And so, I'm always studying, man. Always studying.
Saturday, man, I woke up and Mason had a basketball game at 10:20.
Mm-hmm.
Morgan had a basketball game at 11.
Mm-hmm.
Mason had a soccer game at 1:10.
You are Mr. Mom, sir.
Mason had a soccer game at 3:30. Morgan had a soccer game at 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
That's one day.
Right.
Because of the Lenten season, I have given up alcohol, my wacky tobacco. I've given up everything that I enjoy.
Yo, what?
My wacky tobacco.
Reefer, should you be talking about that?
Well, I mean, it's legal, man. I got a card. I can go purchase my wacky tobacco. So why should I hide that from the people?
Okay, so I didn't know you had a card and everything. I didn't know you was official.
Yeah,
I thought you was just a drug abuser from the Y.
You thought just a weed head?
I thought you was just a weed head. I don't know. I mean, that gives a little substance to it and a little professionalism.
Real quick, man. Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the Two Live Stews.
I'm sorry.
A beautiful Monday evening on the 26th of February.
All these years I've been telling the family Ryan's got a problem. I'm sorry.
As we end Black History Month, man. Hey, man, let's talk about this for a second, man.
Okay, all right. I thought you just had a slight problem.
About 8-9 years ago,
mm-hmm.
the great Joe Salome came to my house and he had this little vial with some liquid in it.
So Joe Salome is a guy we used to work with at the radio station a long time ago. Yeah.
And he's now the proprietor and owner of the Jahiem Company, which is a company that I endorse, a company that I'm the brand ambassador for. It's a company that I love. I don't know where I would be without them. But he came and had this little vial, man, this little tank, and in this tank was some liquid. I said, "What is this?" He said, "That's reefer."
He didn't say reefer. White dudes don't say reefer.
He did not. Guy. He did not.
He used the word reefer?
He said it's THC.
Oh, okay. Okay. And
I said, well, how'd you get that? And he said, well, you take the flour and you spin it, you heat it up, and, the oil comes out, and he explained the process. He's like, I want you to try it. And I said, well, okay. I shut the doors down and made sure the kids couldn't come downstairs. And
Joe Salami turned you into a crackhead, man?
No, man. It wasn't crack, man. It was liquid THC. Anyway, man, I'm going to finish this story real quick, okay?
Son of a bitch, Joe Salami.
And shout out to the good folks from Southern Edge while I'm talking about my vices, things that I really enjoy. And it relieved the endorphins in my mind was like, hey, man, whatever this is, it's cool. And the nerve damage in my neck and my back, it loosened up, and I wasn't as tight, and I rested that night and slept. And ever since then, man, I've been, I patronize his business. I'm one of his best customers, as a matter of fact.
Well, listen, I'm out of the gummy game.
The
only story I got, and I've told you the story before. Okay, we were home. And there's somebody that's going to remain nameless.
I like that idea.
We were at a little party a couple years ago, little holiday party in a hotel, and one of our very good friends, I'm not even going to say more than that, but one of our very good friends was giving out these gummies. So I'm thinking it's like, nominators or something like that.
You think it's like it's a gummy. It's really a gummy.
Right. We drinking too now. We drinking too. When I tell you about 3 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't find the way back to my house, to our mother's house, man. I pulled over on the side of the road.
Thank you. Praise the Lord, man. I'm glad. I'm so glad you said that.
I had, and I don't even know if I should tell this story. Yeah, because it's legal. You just told me it's legal.
It's legal, man.
I didn't know what it was. I ate one of the gummies or whatever.
For the record, for the people listening that don't know my brother, he is as straight laced as they come. He won't drink by himself. He's not a smoker. Nah. He's not taking shots at the club. He has like a 2 or 3 drink maximum, and he's done drinking. He's the epitome of responsible.
I'm very disciplined in this stuff. Right. I like to say. I agree.
Right.
Sir, at the end of the night, around 2, 3 o'clock, I didn't realize it at the time. I would have never got behind the wheel if I knew better.
You didn't know you had a gummy that was juiced.
I didn't know what was going on. Long story short.
Right.
So I started driving this hotel where we were at. We had a suite at the hotel with a bunch of us, like 20 of us in there. Mm-hmm. And I leave this place, and the hotel is literally 2 miles from our mother's house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
After driving about 2 or 3 minutes, I realized this is not good.
I'm lit.
I turn off on a little side road. I go down the side road. I pull over on the side of the street, turn the car off, take off my seatbelt. I had the wherewithal to do all of this. I laid the seat back, and I went to sleep. You know what time I woke up?
What time?
8 o'clock in the morning.
We got to talk about this. 2 hours, Ryan Stewart.
8 o'clock in the morning. It was 3 when I parked.
We got to talk about this.
Go ahead.
Where did you park the car?
On the side of a street, a side highway, a side street, not a highway. It was a side road.
So there was traffic coming back and forth by the car?
No, not much. Maybe a car every minute or two because it was 3 o'clock in the morning.
You laid the seat back and you were still in the driver's seat.
Yes.
Okay.
And I find out later that was a problem. I should have got over into the passenger seat.
If you're in the driver's seat and the keys are in the ignition, they can still give you the Dewey. If you pull over and get on the side of the road on a highway and get in the passenger seat and take the keys out of the ignition, you won't get a Dewey. They're assuming if you're in that driver's seat and them keys in that car, you were driving impaired just like they find you behind.
Hey, listen, let me tell you, man, I'm out of the gummy game. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm serious. I don't care what type of endorsement comes to me. I am out of the gummy game.
Yeah.
Now, it's a lot of money I might renege on that whole thing I just said. Just forget what I just said.
Hey, man, listen, man.
I'm serious, man. I was
Um,
hallucinating. I was hallucinating, man. It was crazy.
When we start doing guests, I'll get Joe Salomo on so you can talk about all the different products that he has. I have topical creams that I put on my aches and pains. I take Delta 8 gummies. I take Delta 9 gummies. I take regular CBD gummies. I take tea. I mean, there's medicine in those. There's medicine in those products, man.
I'm done. I don't need no medicine. If I can't fix it with a bear, if I can't fix it with a bear aspirin, it's not going to happen.
Or goody powder. Or goody.
Like your grandma, like our grandmother used to say. Or goody.
Real quick, man. Joe calls his customers patients.
And you're watching the Two Live Stews experience.
It's medicine. It says it right at the beginning of Genesis. I give you all seed-bearing plants to use. So the plant and the marijuana and cannabis, it's not what it used to be. It's not just that reefer you go get in the dime bag and you go get your head blown off with your boys before you go to the game.
This ain't 1975, man.
It's not 1975.
I promise you, these young people watching this show don't know what the hell reefer is, man. I promise you. They're like, he said it again, reefer. What does that mean? What does that mean? God. Reefer. Go even further back, man. Chiba.
Shout out to the Georgia Hemp Company and Joe Salome and Ryan Dills, all those guys, man. Really appreciate all you guys do, and thanks for helping all the folks that you help, man. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Two Live Stews. We're very happy to be here, man. The Two Live Stews experience. So you raise your hand like you got something to say before we get this thing started.
No, once again, I mean, I don't know about the gummies, the cupcakes, or the brownies, and none of that, but Southern Edge vodka.com. Sweet tea flavored vodka, salted caramel, flavored whiskey, Two Live Stews, Southern Edge, a beautiful match made in heaven.
Working on a tequila that's going to be coming to the shelves soon, man. So make sure you stay tuned with that. And make sure you follow Southern Edge on all social media platforms. That's how we're going to put together the people that get to come to the live podcast when we start doing live podcasts. Got several fire behind venues that we're going to be using in the city of Atlanta and other places. So stay tuned and find out where by being a guy that follows social media and Southern Edge.
Yeah, two announcements. One announcement. We are having the official grand opening show. Okay, on Monday, March the 11th.
I don't. When I hear grand opening, I'm thinking
it's grand opening.
Okay, well, when I hear grand opening, I'm still thinking we gotta have a more classier name. It's not a juke joint. We're not opening up a pool hall. I mean, it's not a TJ Maxx clothing store. It's a Two Live Stews experience. I mean,
everybody understands the point.
Okay,
or the title.
I'm not gonna argue
what we've been doing, and we really have. Oh, and by the way, we will not have any problems with my Wi-Fi tonight. I wish we had the little applause thing.
You bought a booster?
Yes, I got an extender. And so we shouldn't have any issues. I mean, knock on wood.
That's awesome.
We shouldn't have any issues with that at all.
That's awesome.
The best way to say it is, this is a grand opening because we opened back in 2001. We've been having these soft opening shows. This is the fifth show we done.
This is number 5.
Soft grand opening. We're going to have the grand opening. We're going to have a bunch of guests, a lot of little surprises. It's going to be a festive thing. Okay. All right. The world's going to know. We sending out some press releases. So Monday, March 11th, 3 weeks from today, the Two Live Stews reopening.
Tree says it's extenders, man. What's up with you and the boosters and the blue pills and the extenders and all that stuff, man? I mean, what's up with you, man?
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about, man.
One shout out to Jack and Jill. This morning, man, I got up at 5 o'clock and drove 5 members of the Jack and Jill squad with my oldest son's age, the 8th graders. I drove them down to the Capitol in Atlanta, and they had a day at the Capitol where they sat under the Gold Dome, man. They watched some legislation. They watched bills being passed. They watched some votes. They had some good meals. They got to speak to several. Yeah. Oh, man. Warnock came and spoke to the kids. It was a lot of senators stopped by. The great the senator from Columbus, Georgia, Teddy Reese, came and spoke to the kids, man. we had a wonderful time and got back and had some soccer practice and got here. So wonderful, fun, filled-packed day today down to the state capitol with my son and the good folks from Jack and Jill. Thank you very much, Jack and Jill.
That's good, man. Your semi-retired status, man. You be giving them kids culture. You be trying to get them kids culture.
Yes.
You got them doing little activities and, piano. They can all play the piano. They all play different instruments.
Yep.
You take them down the state capitals and whatnot. That's good.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
man.
Good.
Yeah, I'm blessed, man, and very, very thankful. Very, very, very thankful.
You in a great position to do a lot of those types of things. Like, we never went to no state capital. The furthest we went was Lions Beach. I mean,
you know what?
You're right.
Charleston a lot, man.
Let me take that back. Right, that's what I was just about to say. So for like 4th of July, Memorial Day, we used to go to Kiowa Island. Old Main take us to Kiowa.
Hey, man,
our
parents was working.
Yeah.
8 to 5 every day working. Our father was traveling multiple times per week, 10 to 12 to 15 flights per month. I mean, our people's work, man.
Yeah. Man, it was so great to go to Kiowa Beach or Folly Beach or
Kiowa
Island, all of those places, man.
Yeah,
that's great stuff. But yeah, that's a good thing. You taking your kids out to do a lot of culture things, and that's good. That's good.
We got to talk about this Cam Newton thing, man. Two Live Stews, Duck Stewart, Ryan Stewart, fueled by the good folks from Southern Edge. I am so disappointed in all of this, man. I'm gonna sit back, man, and let you lead and let you go so you can express yourself, and I'll join in after you get started, man.
Well, the one thing I want to do is kind of like paint a picture of exactly what happened. Early in the day, there was a lot of speculation on this video with Cam Newton at one of his 7-on-7 football camps. Cam Newton, Atlanta's own Cam Newton. There was all this conjecture that he was fighting kids. Like some of the kids that were it wasn't no damn kids, because no kids can handle that dude.
No.
Okay, we'll talk more about that in a second. But there was a lot of conjecture that no one knew exactly what was going on. The dudes he was fighting, they were in black. And so people thought that he was fighting some unruly, badass kids.
And for the record, man, Cam Newton has a company. It's called C1N. Cam Newton is numbers 1, okay? It was founded in 2021, and it focuses on developing young athletes during 7-on-7 competitions, man. I'm listening, Doug. Keep on. I'm listening.
And so evidently, and you can go read the story on the New York Post. Okay. Cam said some things out of order. You let them tell it to a couple of other coaches. He may have had a relationship with these guys and thought that he could just talk trash, like dudes talk trash back and forth to each other. And it got a little personal, and the dudes took umbrage.
Mm-hmm.
And after the game, they continued. Cam still talking smack. This is from the New York Post. So this is a verifiable, reputable source.
Okay.
A lot of stuff early in the day was all rumors.
Okay.
So these guys, these two coaches from this competition or a competitor of Cam's team, took umbrage. They started jaw-jacking back and forth with each other, and you saw the result. Okay.
Yep.
Now, Cam was fighting.
You better pack your lunch if you're going to come at the man that's 6'5", 250 pounds, hadn't played no ball in 2 years, so he's probably 260 pounds right now. He's still working out, still wanting to play ball. He's in fighting trim. You better pack your lunch before you step to a man like that.
Yeah, and we talked about this last week. The dudes like sucker punched him or they snuck him. They stole on him. I can't remember. I can't tell you which one is which, but they were scuffling.
I really only saw one punch get thrown. I saw Cam handling everybody that was trying to approach him like a rag doll, pushing them around this area that they were in. And one dude late in the little squabble jumps out and throws a punch. I don't even know if it connected on anything. But you better pack your lunch before you step to somebody that's a former MVP of the National Football League.
And you know what? Something like that,
he ain't just a regular quarterback, man.
There's probably a backstory to it as well. Like, they might be from Georgia. They might be from a rival high school. They might be from the next block over where Cam grew up at. There was definitely bad blood in that video and watching them dudes skirmish all over the ground, man.
Here's the first thing I'm going to say, man.
Mm-hmm.
This took place in Georgia. I heard it was at Best Academy, a school I used to mentor at when I used to live in Atlanta. I am so glad no shots rang out because everybody's carrying and packing heat these days, man. When I saw the squabble before I heard about it, when I saw it, I'm like, there had to be some shots fired. I'm so glad no shots rang out, man. I'm disappointed in the folks for allowing this to happen, man. And what makes Cam a little different, we are the Two Live Stews. This is the Two Live Stews experience. What makes Cam a little bit different, man, he's not the typical regular quarterback.
He cocky as hell now.
He's not the typical regular quarterback.
Right.
Okay. And I think all quarterbacks of substance, we're going to talk about that in a little while, all quarterbacks of substance who's got a career that they can be proud of, where they've had some really orca big achievements, I think they have a little chip on their shoulder and they carry and walk with that chip. I think that's natural, man. But Cam talks trash.
Yeah, he talk a lot of trash, man.
He's got this podcast where he talks trash. He talked trash when he was playing ball back in the day. He's still a very confident man, and he talks trash, man. And when you talk trash, sometimes people will try you.
And you know what, man? Cam is cocky as hell, but when you that dude and done what you have done, you got kind of a right to be kind of cocky.
I said chip on his shoulder. He deserves he was a league MVP, man.
Right. And we're gonna talk more about that.
No one in the history of the game has rushed for more touchdowns than this man has at the quarterback position. 75 of them.
Okay, so you kind of moving ahead a little bit on the story.
Okay,
on the Cam Newton conversation.
I'll come back. So if you saw Peyton Manning, if you saw Andrew Luck, if you saw Drew Brees, they're not going to be in no bar or no cigar lounge chirping and going back and forth with people about anything, man.
I mean, it's possible, but I would bet the person that's most likely to do that is Cam.
Why we try Cam like this, man, in a public space at a camp where he's doing something good for people and for kids? Why we try Cam like this, man?
There's a lot of details to the story. That's why I keep telling people. I just kind of gave you the nutshell. Go to the New York Post. They have a very extended story where they talked to the guys that he was fighting, and they gave their side of the story. And you know, I'm happy it wasn't kids. And everybody had been talking early in the day about how, you know, this is for the kids and Cam's doing all of this to try to help the community, and which is true. But I'm just glad that it wasn't no man as badass kids talking to adults any old kind of way, because that was kind of like the theme earlier in the day and yesterday.
I would love to introduce for the first time today the lovely Tree Taylor. Come on in, Tree, please. I'm sure you've got something to say about this Cam Newton situation that we've been talking about, Tree.
Well, hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Tree.
You look
I
like
don't
you
like
just got out of work.
fighting.
Say what?
I don't like fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he is an interesting human, and he is fair game to those who are not confident in who they are.
Mm-hmm.
They pick on him about his clothing.
Well said, Tree. Well said. Oh, let her finish, Doug. Come on, you let her finish, Doug.
Well, I was going to. Okay, go ahead.
They pick on him about his clothing. I have seen him at the gym numerous times. He is very friendly. He doesn't bother anybody. And I just think that it's unfortunate, but confidence, a black man with the confidence to wear skinny jeans and hats.
Right.
Blouses.
No, you haven't seen no blouse.
He be wearing blouses.
But see, we can go back to a couple of weeks ago.
But Tree,
why does he get a pass?
Prince was 4'11". Cam is 6'5".
Not only that, right? The bigger you are, the worse that looks.
I think he's a target.
The worst at that type of.
Let her finish. Doug.
He's a target.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But I love that he does not diminish who he has decided to be because of some insecure MFers.
And I was about to go there. Tree. Thank you, Tree. I was about to go there, man. Listen, I take my dress to the far side sometimes. Never with tight clothes that people would look at me and say that's feminine. I take some gear to the outer bounds from time to time. If he's cool with it, I have no problem with what anybody's wearing. Who am I to judge how tight another man's clothes is, or if he should have it on or not? Who am I?
Okay. All right. Yeah, well, the dress, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my light. The dress from Cam Newton is kind of interesting. Let's just put it like that.
Speaking of the dress, while he was throwing those kids around the day, or those men this weekend that was trying him, he had on a hat that looked like a witch's hat.
Hey, listen, one thing about those witches' hats,
and it was funny because
they're the latest craze in Atlanta too, man. You will never see me in one of those witches' hats, man. At his bar, I don't know if he has like a sponsorship deal, like the Witches Hat Company got a sponsorship deal with his bar, with the cigar bar, because there was about 10 dudes in there with one of them witches' hats on there. It was about 10 dudes in there with the witches' hats.
So real quick.
What? And he got holes cut in his so his dreads could come on the top. I never called it a witch's hat before until you just said that.
That's exactly what it is.
Exact, perfect description.
Watch the video. At a certain point in times during the video where you don't even really see Cam because it's kind of shaded and dark, but you see his witch's hat, man.
Can't get on a witch's hat. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. I couldn't think of what it looked like before, and I kept saying, damn, that hat looks kind of familiar. It kind of looks like familiar because you know where I saw that? On the Wizard of Oz. By the Wicked Witch of the West. These ninjas be wearing witches' hats.
Gargamel's girlfriend on the Smurfs used to wear one too, man.
Say it again.
Gargamel's girlfriend on the Smurfs, she used to wear one too, a witch's hat. And he got his hair his hair is like what's those things called? It's not dreads.
Yeah, it's dreads. It's like
they are
stiff dreads.
There's like 3 or 4 of them, only 3 or 4 of them, not a bunch of them. They're straight, so it fits perfectly in the witch's hat. That's why he's wearing those witch's hats. Hey, because his hair is like, he got long hair and it's thick.
And I don't believe Gargamel's girlfriend wore one of those. I don't believe so. I think you just added that in, but it was good. That was fun.
Before we move on to Cam, man, before we move off of Cam.
No, it's a couple of things I want to bring up dealing with Cam.
All right.
Okay. Real quick, this whole thing with Cam calling Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott and those guys game managers earlier this year. How'd you feel about the criticism that he took from critiquing those guys? Keep in mind now, and I know I'm going to kind of give away my viewpoint. Keep in mind, the dude has a podcast himself, so he's trying to get into the media thing or whatever. He's always been outspoken, and the guy was a league MVP. Why would anybody, this is just my take, I'll tell you right now, why would anybody be mad at Cam Newton for his opinion on anything dealing with quarterbacks in the NFL, etc.?
Hey, man, this ninja was the #1 overall pick that had won a Heisman.
Yeah.
This ninja took a team to the Super Bowl. This ninja's got records, as I mentioned a second ago, that will probably never, ever be touched in his 10, 11-year career. I mean, if anybody can talk or critique a quarterback, who better to do that than a quarterback of this ilk?
Yeah.
Again, man, some people we just don't like, and because we don't like them for whatever the reason is, LeBron James is another one, because we don't like them, there's nothing they can do right no matter how incredible they are at what they do.
Cam Newton, 11 seasons in the NFL, threw for more than 32,000 yards, 194 touchdowns, 75 rushing touchdowns. Don't even go back to what he did at Auburn. Don't go back.
We're not talking college, man. That's just in the NFL there.
That's just the NFL. NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, League MVP.
Man, he won a Heisman.
How do you feel about, clearly people have hidden, not really even hidden agendas. People have negative agendas towards running quarterbacks.
They don't like ninjas anyway, man.
Right. Clearly, there's a lot of people in the press that have hidden, angry agendas towards black quarterbacks, dual threat quarterbacks, which most of the time black quarterbacks. How do you feel when you hear somebody downplay an MVP award? Like Lamar Jackson has won 2 MVPs. You got people literally getting in front of a microphone and saying, he's not that good.
What he is not. What he is not.
He's won 2 MVPs. MVP means the best player in the game. Lamar got 2, Cam got 1, and people will say, oh, he's not that good. How can you fix your mouth to say something like that?
If anybody can critique a quarterback or call said quarterback a game manager, Cam Newton can do that. And for y'all who don't think he can, shame on you. You better than that. You should be better than that. You should be better than that. Shame on you. He was the reason why, and he's always had a few tools around him, a few players. He had Steve Smith. You know,
Steve Smith was a 5'8" wide receiver. That's not saying a lot. And I love Steve Smith.
Steve Smith was a beast. He was a beast. Okay, don't do that. He was a beast. Okay, so he had tools. Julius Peppers. He had defenses. The linebacker that's all everything from Georgia, the middle linebacker that played there for about a decade and stuff in Carolina.
Thomas Davis.
I mean, he's had some players. The Kuechly, we talked about him last week.
Luke Kuechly, right?
He's had some players. But he was the reason why his team won and his offense scored, man.
Yeah.
So when he says, and here's the problem I have. We are the Two Live Stews experience breaking down this Cam Newton situation. Here's the problem I have. Some of those guys weren't game managers that he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Goff in Detroit, that boy's a quarterback. He's been to a Super Bowl too, just like Cam.
Right.
He's not a game manager. He's not just throwing hook curls and flat routes No, he's a quarterback. He's why Detroit had success this year. He's why the Rams got to the Super Bowl before Stafford got down there. So he's not a game manager. Cam is also not a game manager.
Right.
Brock Purdy, who started this thing, man, every time his weapons are out, that team goes on losing streaks.
Right.
If Debo don't play, Purdy's got a problem.
Right.
If McCaffrey's not back there, Purdy's got a problem. If the tight end ain't out there, Purdy's got a problem. So he is the essential game manager.
DJ Chuck says Lamar Jackson can't win the playoffs. Now, he's not the perfect quarterback.
This was year 6, man.
He's not the perfect quarterback, but he's got 2 league MVPs, and he's young. He got a lot of time. People forget, especially these young people, and people with hidden agendas against dual threat running black quarterbacks. People forget Michael Jordan took 7 years to win his first ring.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lamar Jackson's got plenty more years to get it done. Okay. Cam Newton never got it done. Here's the question, and I'm kind of springing.
There's several greats that have not gotten it done, man.
Hold on. That's where I'm coming to. I'm kind of springing this on you. Cam Newton, do you think that he has even a chance, or do you think he can get into the Hall of Fame? Now, let me tell you some guys that are in the Hall of Fame.
Are you going to give me numbers too?
No, I'm not going to give you numbers. Here's the thing, and I've said this before on the show many times before. When I hear Hall of Fame, I think about a game changer. I'm thinking about a guy that changed the game, and I think about, if I hear his name, instantly I say he's one of the best to ever do it.
Right.
Okay? I don't need to see stats.
Or he was very good at doing something that others couldn't do.
Right.
That's also part of that.
Right. Cam has 75 touchdowns. He ran linebackers over because he was bigger than linebackers. The dude was basically a defensive end.
He sought confrontation out there. He didn't run from it, slide, and get down. He would look for someone to put his pads into.
Before you give me your thoughts, do you think Cam's got a shot? And you know what? He may not. But I'm going to give you a couple of names of some guys that's in the Hall of Fame. You're a little bit younger than me. You're 3.5 years younger than me, so you might not remember these guys at the top of their career totally, but I'm going to throw them out. Dan Fouts, quarterback for the San Diego Chargers.
I remember Dan Fouts.
Dan Fouts was a beast.
He was incredible.
Okay.
Our homeboy, the late, great Clarence Williams,
played with Dan Fouts during that era.
in San Diego. So I remember watching games to watch Mr. Williams and seeing Dan Fouts and Kellen Winslow, and they had several very good players back in the day.
Jim Kelly went to 4 Super Bowls with the Buffalo Bills. He's in the Hall of Fame. He ain't won none.
He went to 4 Super Bowls, man.
Okay.
Dan Marino. To 4 Super Bowls.
Dan Marino. I think Marino went to a Super Bowl like his rookie year, and they never got back again. Got a gazillion yards passing. Dan Marino's in the Hall of Fame. Warren Moon's in the Hall of Fame. No Super Bowls.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
No Super Bowls.
That's a good one.
And even Terry Bradshaw. Let me ask you this question.
Bradshaw's one of few, though, man.
A few. I think they got 5. Okay.
Right.
But that's my point. Even with all of the accolades, okay, if you had a choice between Terry Bradshaw picking, like they were coming out in the draft, or say you knew 3 or 4 years of their career.
I know what you're about to do with this. Go ahead.
Are you taking Terry Bradshaw or are you taking Cam Newton? After seeing them in the league a couple of years, Bradshaw got all of the rings. A lot of people will say those rings came because of the steel curtain defense.
The steel curtain defense,
Swan,
and Zonka and
John Stallworth.
Not Zonka. Right.
You're talking about
Franco Harris.
Franco Harris.
I'm taking Cam, man. Hey, man, Cam has thrown the ball for 32,000 plus yards. That's not a little achievement. That's a lot of passing yards, man.
Now, I'm going to say this. He probably, and I see a lot of the comments in there, Fran Tarkenton's in the Hall of Fame. Fran Tarkenton don't have a Super Bowl. He used to run around the pocket. He threw for gazillion yards, a lot of empty yards because they were sorry. The Vikings were sorry back during that era, okay, for the most part. They made some couple of Super Bowls, but they didn't win any Super Bowls under Fran Tarkenton. I just think that when you're talking about all-time greats and guys that were by themselves game changers, Cam's one of those guys. Will he make it in the Hall of Fame? Probably not. Probably not, because there's a lot of negative press around him. You know, he fighting, 7-on-7 coaches. He always calling people out, cussing people out. The people that vote for the Hall of Fame, the writers, they probably don't like that guy because he cocked his head off.
Man.
Yeah.
The people with the pen, man.
Yeah.
The people with the pen. Some people say one Gangsta Q just said in the chat that what's the who we just talking about, Doug? I'm sorry, quarterback.
Cam Newton.
No. From Pittsburgh.
Oh, Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw is much better than Jim Kelly, and Jim Kelly was garbage. There's a lot of people that don't believe Jim Kelly was a good quarterback.
Well, Jim Kelly and Jimmy Kelly threw a lot of yards. He
could be the epitome of that game manager that we were talking about.
And here's the thing as well. And you talked about, we brought up the 75 rushing touchdowns for Cam. The problem with is we've been conditioned to think a quarterback has to throw for a lot of yards and doesn't.
No,
we don't really count the rushing yards.
Not me.
But don't you agree that's kind of a problem with the entire argument?
No.
Like 75 rushing touchdowns to me is almost like 100 passing touchdowns.
I agree.
The reason why, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and say, but I've said this for many, many years. When you can run the football and move the chains, it's so much better than putting the ball in the air. When you put the ball in the air, so many things can go wrong.
Right.
You can make a bad throw. The defensive back can make a great play. You can get sacked. You can fumble the ball. There's a lot of things that go wrong if you are throwing the football. But if you can tuck it and get a first down whenever you want, when they in a man defense and your receivers just run down the field, all you got to do is make it past the line of scrimmage. I'll take that any day. I'll take that any day.
McNabb, Michael Vick, Steve Young, Jeff Garcia, and Cam Newton. They are hell to game plan against. Because if you put 5 wides out there or even 3 wides and split 2 backs out there and play the backs, everybody's got to be accounted for.
Yeah.
And all you need to win a game is to get consecutive first downs. All you need to get first downs is more than 3 yards per play.
Yeah.
That's it, man. We like the long ball. We like the explosive play. We like the big bang. But a running back like Fred Taylor that averages 4.6 yards his career, just keep giving Fred the ball. He's going to do what? He's going to move the chains, and you're going to eventually score. So when you got a quarterback that can do that, man, it's amazing, and it's real hard to stop.
Somebody just posted in the chat, and you're watching the Two Live Stews experience. Somebody just posted in the chat about Warren Moon. Make sure that we get this straight. I am not saying Warren Moon don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. I was just talking about quarterbacks that threw for a gazillion yards and don't have Super Bowl wins.
Okay.
Warren Moon threw for 49,000. Cam has 32,000. But you didn't tell the other half of that stat. I bet you Warren Moon don't got 75 rushing touchdowns.
No, man.
Okay?
No.
I promise you, Warren Moon didn't have 75 rushing touchdowns.
And those touchdowns matter, man.
So the whole mindset's got to change.
The 194 that Cam has, add those. Just say how many total touchdowns he has. I don't care if it's passing touchdowns or rushing touchdowns. It's still a touchdown.
Yeah. and that's the problem. And I hear a lot of people, that's the argument. Oh, well, he can't throw. Yeah, but damn it, your quarterback can't run. Oh, right. but a quarterback is supposed to. Who said a quarterback's supposed to do what?
Right.
Who said a quarterback's supposed to pass? You want to win the game.
Trent Dill for Brad Johnson. Let's talk about their titles.
Right.
Let's talk about their championships.
Right.
Yeah. They ain't running or really throwing.
They didn't do a damn thing.
Game managers.
Man, you brought out two great names. You brought out two perfect names.
That's
Brad Johnson for Tampa Bay, Trent Dilfer when he was in Baltimore.
Right.
Didn't do anything, got Super Bowl rings. We're game managers at its peak, at its highest.
At its finest. Yeah.
I just think that the mindset is going to have to change before these guys start to get their due. One of these running quarterbacks going to have to win a championship as well before we kind of get past that whole running quarterback thing.
Because of the league MVP, because of the Super Bowl appearance, a lot of people keep hating on that Super Bowl because he didn't dive on that ball, but I'm not going to talk about that today. And because of what he's accomplished with those stats, I think he is a Hall of Famer. I don't think he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think he will eventually get in. I really do. Because he was one of those. He was one of those unique players, man. You can't categorize a Cam Newton.
And let me tell you something, man. People just forget so fast. Man, that dude was so unstoppable. Like, I think the greatest years of a quarterback that I can remember in college is a toss-up between Cam, his senior year, his last year at Auburn, and Vince Young, the national championship year at Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, them dudes were so unstoppable. They were just electric, okay? I can't think of anybody, and I've been watching college football closely for the last 45 years, man.
Yep.
Them two dudes, the years that they had their last years in college were just unbelievable.
Yep.
You remember the game against Alabama, the Iron Bowl, man, when they were down by like 28-0?
I'll never forget it, man.
In the second half, Cam put the team on his back.
Right. I'll never forget it, man. Hey, man, Warren Moon, 291 TD passes. Cam Newton, 270 TDs. Yeah, man. And an MVP and a Super Bowl appearance.
Thank you. Did one of the listeners find those stats and threw them up for us?
Yeah, I forgot the name on the email.
Thank you.
Shouts out to Carl.
Thank you, Carl Brewer.
Shouts out to you.
That's the point.
Thank you, Carl.
That's the
Look
point.
at that, man. I mean, we can't ignore that. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Carl.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's
real, man.
Yeah. So 20 touchdowns less than Warren Moon. And keep in mind, Warren Moon, a lot of his touchdowns came in the CFL. Okay, so I'm not sure if Carl was counting his CFL touchdowns just now.
I don't think those were CFL added touchdowns.
Well, I mean part of those numbers. I don't know. Yeah. But the point is that's
he did have a little time in that league, the CFL over there playing Canada football.
Yeah, you're watching the Two Live Stews Experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Don't forget, in 3 weeks, we are going to have the official re-grand opening brought to you by SouthernEdgeVodka.com. A bunch of great guests. Pass the word. Tree, can you jump on for a second today before we get to this last two things that we're going to talk about? Jump on for a second.
Would you stop, please, calling it a regret? That just reminds me of Grand River.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sibley's.
Okay, well, give me a better name. Give me a better name.
We educated Negroes, man. You can come up with a better word.
Give me a better name. No, y'all come up with a better one. Y'all don't like mine. Mine is re-grand opening.
No, we don't like it.
Oh, man.
Mine is re-grand opening.
It just reminds me of P Valley.
What are you saying?
Did you see P Valley? The re.
Oh, I haven't been watching P Valley this year.
That's all I think about when you say re-grand opening. Not to mention you're diminishing the fact that we are here. Do you know the numbers y'all did in the last 20 days?
The numbers are good.
But
I had to get on some adaptogens just to deal with y'all. I'm not doing no Delta 8s, but my God.
Thank y'all very much, man. Y'all mean a lot to us. Please continue to pass the word. But yeah, y'all giving the boys some numbers for real.
Tree,
You needed me.
This
Yes.
is a re-grand opening. We had our grand opening in 2001.
Sucks.
Okay. We had our grand opening in 2001, and we're reopening. We're bringing the show back. All of these shows that we've done over the last 2 weeks have been soft openings.
Why do you want what the devil stole from you, Douglas?
That's right. Talk to him, Tree.
Damn,
I don't want nothing.
What are you talking about? What is? I don't. Damn
Don't
the
you
devil.
read the?
Damn the devil.
Talk to him, Tree.
I'm saying we're not anything. It's a new season.
That's
okay?
right.
You
That's
need
right.
you
Claim
need
it.
You said
Claim
you go
it.
to Impact.
Is your
Can't left with Olu.
is her picture kind of fuzzy to you, Ryan? Or no? Is that
That's not something we're going to talk about right now.
Wow. I mean,
Why
it's
would you?
very distracting.
It's not
It's very
fuzzy over here. What did you wanted me? Because I want to get back to these notes and all this work you got for me.
No, never mind. I don't want you again.
No, you can't do that, man.
I
better than that.
it. Thank you, Tree. I appreciate it.
You are okay.
Thank you, Tree.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I mean, just come on, man. If y'all got a better name than re-grand opening, tell it to me. Y'all just back there talking. I don't like re-grand opening, but you're not offering any solutions. You're part of the problem right now.
You're the Fred Sanford of the junkyard business, man. You're having a re-grand opening, man.
A re-grand opening.
It's in a junkyard, man.
All right, so listen, re-grand opening is coming in 3 weeks, March 11th. Okay, a lot of surprises. It's gonna be fun, and we officially back. See, we fix a little issues as we go. My computer hadn't, my Wi-Fi hadn't went out. I told you I fixed it.
I really wanted to do a live podcast for the re-grand opening, man. I really wanted to do a live. And Cass just fought me tooth and nail on that idea. That's okay, man.
Well, we can still discuss it, man.
No, that's okay. I don't want to go back through that. I probably shouldn't have brought it up. And the Two Live Tuesday experience is fueled by the good folks from Southern Edge. Make sure you guys are checking us out. The salted caramel whiskey as well as the sweet tea vodka. Real good stuff. Southern Edge Beverage Company.
All right, so last thing that we wanted to throw out there, and you're watching the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. The last thing we wanted to throw out there is kind of a topic that was birthed on the Two Live Stews Facebook group. Well, first of all, before we get to that, do we want to talk about the old poll?
Man, nah, we cool. Let's just move on.
Yeah, no, I think we need to talk about that. I think last week.
But I'm just saying.
For Valentine's Day, Valentine's Day, we had our top 5 list of love songs. We gave 5 songs apiece. You gave your 5. I gave my 5.
You gave your 5.
Tree put it up on Two Live Stews Facebook chat group. And looky here. Look what the people said. Man. The people said 77% overwhelmingly that my list was great and that your list sucks.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations, man.
I mean, Ryan, seriously, let's be honest about this. Your list, I mean, what kind of love you gonna get from your list? Drake? 50 Cent Common?
Listen.
Look at my list. Guy.
Go ahead, man. I'm listening.
Rick James, New Edition, Jodeci.
Right.
77% went to me, 23 to you. What
were
you thinking?
I better have more one-nighters than you in my life. I bet anything, any amount of money, titles to cars.
Hello.
I'll bet anything that when it comes to meeting somebody at a gas station and then going behind the Target.
Oh my God.
No one has done it more.
The palm. Hi, Douglas. I'm back. I'd like to discuss your list.
There's about 12 stadiums around this country where I've had friends.
Nope. I put this on your personal page. Nope. Douglas, I want to talk about your list.
Did you just quantify your list being better than mine, or you being some type of better lover because you've had more one-night stands than me? First of all,
man, that is the devil.
We need to back out of this conversation. We need to back out of this conversation.
And I rebuke the devil. I apologize for that. And I just want to move on. I want to act like that last 30 seconds didn't happen. That is not what's going on. I apologize. but
We're
I
not
have
going to
had.
move on until I get this off my chest as the EP. Now, Doug, I listened to the songs a little more closely, and I
And
have
you're
a
listening to the
problem.
Two Live Stews.
I have an issue with Jahiem. He's a non-committer,
What do you
just
mean?
in case. Can you sing a little bit of that, just the hook, real quick?
Just in case
I don't make it home tonight.
Okay,
I
cut.
make love to you for the last time, baby.
Cut. Now, he has that song, and then he has that other song. Oh God, I can't think of the name. Help me in the chat. My point is he is non-committal, and then he's out here pretending to look like something else. He was in Atlanta this
pretending
weekend.
to look like somebody else.
What do you mean by that?
Just I'm gonna give it to you. No, does not match the flyer. What is happening right here?
That man got a predator haircut.
Does not match the flyer.
What the hell?
That's your boy. That's your list. It's a no.
I mean, you got to just cut that off, right? You know, if we
It's
would have kept our hair, we'd have been looking like that right now.
Right.
At
Yeah,
some
man.
point, somebody, one of his friends or his cousins or his auntie got to tell him, just go ahead and cut it, son.
I let mine grow out, man, because Morgan likes to play in it. So if I don't have nothing to do, I'll just let it grow. And it's gotten pretty long a couple of times. It's a mess, man. It is disgusting.
That man got a predator haircut. Damn.
It is disgusting, man.
Wow. That was disappointing. Because I like Jahiem, man. I like ghetto love songs like Jahiem, man. And
some people don't care
like
about stuff like that, man. I mean, that little cosmetic look, he don't care about that. He's better than that, man.
Okay, all right. So last thing, and we're gonna wrap today's show up. And I want to give a mention to something else, man, going on back at the crib before we get out of here. Tree, can you put up that last slide?
Everybody says Eli's a Hall of Famer, sir.
Eli.
Yep, that's what everybody's saying.
Come on, man.
And he's got 2 Super Bowls, man. But we're not gonna get into that.
Eli is an average at best quarterback that's got 2 rings and had great defenses.
Eli might have been better than Peyton, man.
All right, so this was posted in the Two Live Stews Facebook chat group. I can't even remember which website posted it, but I shared it. And as you can read, Jay-Z is the GOAT. You know, Robin saying, then Batman slapped the taste out of his mouth. He's not even the greatest from New York. And this was my comment to it, and I posted it in the group, and a lot of people chimed in. I said, no offense to Jay-Z, but agreed. I got Jay-Z behind Rakim, KRS, Biggie, LL. He may even be behind Nas, Big Daddy Kane, and Cool G Rap. Now, I saw you made a comment where you basically said that you disagree with me.
Right.
What is your thoughts?
I asked you if you were on weed.
I'm not on weed.
That's what my comment said. My comment said you on that weed early this morning.
I'm not on that weed.
Okay. That list is top-notch New York City hip-hop. And I think I listen to more New York City hip-hop than I do down south hip-hop.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I love all the rappers and entertainers in Atlanta, but Big Daddy Kane, and people hate when I say KRS-One because he is the teacher. You know, Hove has taken his craft to another level than those guys. Okay, maybe it's because of the difference in time. You're talking about a difference of 10, 15 years between the two. It's kind
maybe
of a different
20.
genre of rap, man.
Maybe 20.
2 decades, man.
Right.
Okay. If you just listen to Jay-Z and the stories he tells and the words he uses and the double entendres and the cadence and the he is amazing at what he does. So is Nas. Biggie's still my favorite. But the older guys that you put him in that loop with just now, they don't deserve to be amongst the Jay-Z's. Now Rakim is different. Rakim was before his time to me. Rakim is before his time to me. He and Jay-Z are right on the same level. And Rakim's one of my favorites too, man. But for you to disrespect Jay-Z like he's a nobody when he is really giving you 12 summers of a banger every summer. No one's made more music and better music than Jay-Z has, man. Nobody.
Wow, that's saying a lot. Now everybody knows you're a Jay-Z fan. I like Jay-Z too.
I am.
But when we talk about, so how are you classifying? How are you quantifying who's a better rapper than the other? We just talk about New York cats too. Like, how do you quantify? Like, what categories got to come into play on why you put one person over the other?
The only reason why Biggie is not hands down number one is because Big only had 2 projects, man. He had 2 albums, man. He got a lot of freestyles with a lot of other rappers. He's got a lot of cameos and a lot of features.
But Biggie's flow was so incredible. Okay, so maybe he
has 2 albums, man. I mean, there's a lot of rappers that can make 2 albums and pull it off. I love Biggie. He's my favorite. But Jay, for 12 years straight, 15 years straight, man, is still giving us good quality music.
You know what I hate? And I'm going to tell you my criteria, and you're watching the 2 Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the 2 Live Stews experience.
He's got more than 10 albums that you could just put in your car and let play, man. You don't have to fast forward and rewind and skip songs. Just let it run.
But the problem with that is whenever I hear somebody, and it's usually a greenhorn, it's usually a young person starts talking about album sales. When they start talking about album sales, I knew right then they don't know what they're talking about.
Right. No,
I'm talking lyrically, I'm talking voice.
I understand.
I'm talking content.
All that.
I'm talking flow. I'm talking double entendres. I'm talking metaphors. I'm talking how witty the rhymes are. When you boil all that down, you get guys that I named. You can't just say Jay-Z's better than those guys just because Jay-Z made more money.
No, I didn't say nothing about anybody making money. You brought that up. And I didn't say nothing about record sales. I said good albums front to back. He's got more than 10 of them. He's got, you can, and even some of my favorite rappers, you can't pick up some of their later projects. Like LS released albums that you hadn't purchased, man. He's got a few albums. He had an album a couple years ago, man, that sold like 1,000 copies, man.
I think it was the Panther album. But that doesn't matter. That's bad marketing by Def Jam, by whoever the record label is. LL can go with anybody. He can go battle with anybody. Oh, that's another category too. I put in my categories.
And LL's got a latest. He did a project last year that is pretty fire. So that he's still able.
So another category I put in trying to determine who's the greatest rapper of all time. In this case, we just talked about New York, is freestyle, battle rap.
I understand.
Okay, like LL can go. I don't think a lot of people remember. Okay, that little battle he had with what's the guy's name? LL ran the guy out of the business after 1 year. You like the guy too, the young guy, Cannabis. Can I bust? That man ended Cannabis's career, man.
Right.
LL was the ish when he first came out, sir.
Yeah. I've heard that Jay-Z don't even take a pen and a pad into the studio, man, and everything comes off his dome. Yeah, that's word on the street, and I think they all have ghostwriters to a certain extent because I think there's several days or nights or mornings in the studio where everyone's enjoying themselves and things just happen and guys are going back and forth. I've been in a lot of those settings, man. So I get it and I understand. But yeah, the guy's very, very witty. And the word on the street also is that he's like a one-take marvel too. He's not doing 10 takes when he gets in the booth, man. He's spitting his rhyme and he's done. And that should do it, right? All right, thank you.
Man. I think guys, so basically the guys I named could go blow for blow with could go blow for blow with Jay-Z. Just off the top of my head, Mos Def, DMX.
I love Mos Def. I love DMX.
I think them guys could go toe to toe with Jay-Z. Oh, and guess what? I just thought of this. Truth be told, you can put Tupac in this conversation. Tupac was born in New York City.
Yeah.
Now, I think he grew up in Baltimore, and obviously, he spent a lot of time on the West Coast.
Out West, right.
But Pac was born in Harlem.
Well, and now,
Uptown.
listen, man, you're talking to a guy that loves Gucci Mane. You're talking to a guy that
it's Gucci Mane. It's Gucci Mane.
Right, Gucci Mane. You're talking to a guy that Jadakiss is one of his top 5 rappers. So I mean, I really appreciate the
You
art.
got Jada
man.
in your top 5?
I love Jada Kiss, man. I love Kiss, man. Talking about voice and.
You think Jada's a better MC than Ghostface?
One Gangsta Q, Rue Dog, 3,000. You got to put 3 stacks on there. You got to put the Woo on there. We're not doing a top 5 or top 10, man. We were talking about the New York guys and Jay-Z and the 5 or 6 guys you mentioned. Jay-Z's one of the best to ever do it, sir.
Okay, all right. So we're going to put this up just like we did for the top 5 love songs in honor of Valentine's Day. We're going to put this poll up. Tree's going to put the poll up in the Two Eyes Two's Facebook chat group. And the next time we do a show, which is Thursday, we good for Thursday, right?
I can make Thursday work, sir. No problem at all.
All right. So Thursday, we're going to do another show, and we'll have the results. We'll have the results.
Congratulations on your first win, man. That's huge.
So we need to keep track of this, kind of like they do on what's that show? Not Pardon the Interruption, PTI. You know how they keep track of wins from that little show on ESPN.
Right. That's around the horn. That's around the horn.
Right, yeah. Right. So we're going to keep track. So right now, I'm up 1-0.
One last thing, man, before we go. I know we said that a couple of times. Quarterbacks have camps all the time, and I want to say one thing, too. Okay. I've never, ever heard about any quarterback doing the camp for the kids getting approached and jumped at the camp, man. I've just never heard that. And that's why I said earlier that it hurts my heart. That's I'm glad there wasn't no violence, because Cam really wasn't throwing no balls.
So I'm a Cam Newton fan.
Yes.
If the people that are watching this show go and read the story from the New York Post with the interview with the dudes he got in a fight with, Cam was popping off.
Okay.
And I know me in particular, I'm not gonna take a dude popping off to me too much, but so much. Now I'm telling you got to read. I didn't even want to go through all of the lines of it because of in this platform we doing. But read the story. These guys make a convincing argument that Cam was pushing them over the edge, man, and he was talking so much trash.
Man, sticks and stones, and stones, man. Man, especially being affiliated with the Bros. The conversation gets heated sometime, man.
You're right.
You can't. This man got a mission statement about being good to kids and helping them get better at their craft, man. This is his company, man.
Yeah.
You can take that man talking to you, especially if you jawing back at him.
Hey, but you ain't gonna call me up my name but so many times. and I don't know if I don't remember the story specifically that he used.
Allegedly.
Right, allegedly. But if you read these guys, their version of what happened, like he pushed them to the edge, man. There's no way they should have been fighting like that out there in front of them children. I 100% agree to you, but it's always three sides to a story, right? We talked about that a couple weeks ago. And last thing I wanted to mention before we get out of here, man, Monk's Corner. Oh, I'm sorry.
Whoa, what? How dare you?
My bad.
Are you kidding me?
I've only been saying it for 54 years. I've only been calling it.
What?
That, you're right.
After what you told me last week, how dare you let that happen, man?
Right. I'm sorry. I apologize. Our hometown, The Corner, a.k.a. Moco, legendary coach, high school football coach Ken Green passed away a couple of days ago, man. This guy was something else. People from the crib, everybody knows Coach Green.
Rest in peace, Coach Green.
When you were in JV, was he your JV coach as well, the offensive coordinator?
I'm going to tell you a Ken Green story.
I got one too, but go ahead.
As a kid that was in the 8th grade when I was on that JV team, it was the first time I've ever heard a grown man curse quite like he was cursing.
That's what I was going to talk about.
So I started at wide receiver. You were a running back. Coach Green had coached you, I believe. Allen Watson had coached you. They were on that field. They knew you were fast. They knew you could catch. And the first 2 practices, I must have dropped 6 passes dead in my hand.
You had hands like pans, man.
So every time I say freaking, I'm not saying freaking. The real word I would like to say is a word that I'm not saying. Okay.
Right.
So freaking stands for, rabbit dancing, but the other word. Okay. After that 6th one I dropped in warm-ups, Coach Green came over there and said, Coach Watson, get this freaking freak off the field right now. His brother can catch the freaking ball. He can't catch the freaking ball. I want him off the field right now. Put him on defense. He's squeezing it like it's a freaking Sherman. Stewart, it's not Sherman. You can't squeeze that freaking ball.
And he wasn't saying freaking.
He was not saying freaking.
Now wait, back up a little bit. He said that his brother couldn't catch?
No, he said his brother could catch.
Oh, I'm about to say I could catch the ball now.
And listen, Coach Watson said, Stewart, go over there, Coach Gooden. Go over there, Coach Gooden.
And the rest is history. And the rest is history.
And the rest is history. It worked out perfectly. Thank you, Coach Green.
Hey, man.
Coach Green kicked me off the offensive field, man.
Man, let me tell you something. So a couple of things about Coach Green. One, I did not know that he was a South Carolina State grad. I'm trying to figure out how I never heard that before. So not only was he a great football coach, but he was also his basketball was his main thing.
Won a couple of championships then there with the great Joe Hamilton.
That's right. Won a couple of
Esau
championships.
Mahoney. Yep.
At Macedonia High School.
Too.
Yep. Won a couple of championships at Macedonia High, which is the next town over from my hometown. Joe Hamilton was the point guard, Heisman Trophy runner-up, should have won it.
Right.
But basketball was his main thing. But just like you just said, first of all, God bless the dead. Great man. He's been sick for a while. Had that sugar real bad.
Yep. He's in a better place.
But just like you, sir, the thing that every child that ever came through that program at Berkeley High School is going to remember Coach Green, that was their first taste of grown-ass man cussing. Coach Green, Coach Green cussed like a sailor. I think that's where the whole saying comes from.
Yeah.
The first day of JV practice with Coach Green, at some point, he let off maybe 30, 40 F-bombs. And it was so bad that I couldn't figure out what was going on. It was almost like a hidden camera, a trick or something. And at the end of the day, I just said to myself, do these kids' parents know how their kids is getting cussed out by this dude?
There's a lot of parents on the road and outside the fence, man. They got to be able to hear it. They got to be able to hear it, man.
And no, man, I'm serious. And I'm not exaggerating a little bit. This man cussed little 12, 13-year-old kids like we was at Nom.
Yeah,
we was at Nom.
It was like he was fighting the war, man. Like he was fighting Japan. Yeah.
Oh, man. They had no idea. They had no idea that this man was talking to their kids like this, man.
They had to, man, because you could hear it. He was screaming, man. Screaming and spitting, man. But also, man, that's another reason why we're a group of kids that was tough, man.
Oh, I mean, these candy couldn't take Coach Green. Today, these kids couldn't take Coach.
No, he would get arrested. He would do time. He would
definitely lose his job. There's no way he have a job around nobody kids.
You can't talk to people kids like that.
No. Can you imagine Miles and Mason come home saying, "Hey, Dad, the coach, he used the F word 30 times in 5 minutes." Miles, are you serious? No, Dad, I'm serious. I counted. And your kids are smart, so they would count. Miles would probably pull out a pen and pad. Yeah, Dad, 30 times in 4 minutes.
Yeah. No, man.
He would be fired. Any school board would kick him out of the school system.
We've talked about this before, man.
God bless the dead.
We've talked about this before, man. These kids are soft. These kids are
candy ass kids around here because they no way they could take Coach Green.
You
know what it was? It was tough love. It was tough love.
Okay. Hey man, Miles is in the 8th grade. He's 3 months away from going to high school. In the 8th grade, we were getting dressed in fatigues and putting paint on our face and going 15 miles deep in the woods to hunt deer, turkey, and squirrels, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we were in swamps.
Yeah.
We were in swamps.
No, literally swamps. Literally swamps.
With weapons.
Yeah.
In formations. Shooting and hunting, man. We were fishing in lakes and stuff, man. These kids are soft, man. It's a whole different world. And it's my fault. It's mine is soft because of me. It's my fault, man. It's my fault.
But it's almost like you got to give in to peer pressure because everybody's. If you raise these kids like we were raised,
I get locked up.
You would be the bad guy. You'd be the bad guy. You see what I'm saying? Everybody would say, have you heard about Ryan and what he does with those kids? You'd be the bad guy. Like what children's services would come and take them kids. If you raise your kids the way we were raised, they'd come take your kids.
Yeah, and we had some good parents, man. We don't get it twisted.
Right.
Our parents were amazing, man. But if we endured the things that we endured, if our kids were forced to endure those things, people getting locked up, man. Yep, we used to get locked outside. Our kids don't go outside now. It'd be 110 degrees out there, and we would be locked outside.
Lord have mercy.
Go play.
Lord have mercy.
Go play.
I saw that dude. I can't remember the comedian's name. We're going to get out of here. Shit, I got to go make the donuts. This comedian on Facebook, man, the guy was talking about how things have changed between when he was a kid and now. And he said that him and his friends used to be so far in the woods. If something happened to them, they wouldn't find them for a week.
Right. Or at all.
I mean, that's a 100% fact. We used to be so deep in the woods. Right, if something happened to us in those woods,
right?
Like if we had gone back as far as we used to by ourselves, it would have took a week or 2 weeks to find us, man. No, we were so deep in the woods.
We were so far back there, man. Bobcats would have got us before they even found us, man, and ate us.
Here come the damn bobcats.
Yeah, man, and now we've got evidence of these big cats that's back there, man.
No, man, those are just rumors.
No,
there's
man.
There's no black. Okay, we can't get back into that again.
There's pictures, man.
I think those pictures are fake. It can't be Black Panthers in the woods of South Carolina.
Okay.
Indigenous to Africa, man, for the last time.
Why do you get to believe in a lizard and a squirrel?
Right.
Hold on,
when he can't talk about
Hold on, sister.
No.
The lizard man is real. The lizard man has his own Wikipedia page. I don't know what you're talking about, Missy.
He has his own Wikipedia page.
No, look up the lizard man.
No,
look up the lizard man. People in the chat, look up the lizard man.
2 Live Students experience fueled by the good folks at Southern Edge, man. Make sure you try our sweet tea vodka as well as our salted caramel whiskey. Real good stuff. Make sure you follow the Southern Edge Beverage Company on all social media platforms. That's how the students are going to get some people together, man, and have some fun. Let y'all taste this booze, have a few smokes. We're going to have a good time, man. Maybe get a live podcast and have some guests out there. So make sure that you follow Southern Edge Beverage Company to be a part of that fun. Hey, man, I enjoyed it.
I had fun.
To Thursday, man.
One thing.
Yep.
Okay, for the record, Lizard Man of Scape, Ori Swamp in Lee County, South Carolina. Look it up for yourself.
Yeah. Peace and blessings, man.
Of course, there's no lizard men running around in Detroit, but we different down here. Okay. Just because you don't know about the lizard man don't mean that he exists.
God bless y'all, man. Thank you for coming out. Pass the word. Good night.